Hi everyone, welcome to the first session for NEET PG 2025 Counselling by ZyNerd. Thanks for joining us. It has been a relief actually. After 1.5 months, the exams are finally over. Most of you would have been waiting for the exams to be over and getting the entire preparation and every part over with. Now we get into the most crucial part of which is the counseling. So in case you took a break of 1 day only, we know that, but if you still wish to take a break, we would still ask you to take a break of at least a few days and then come back. But there have been a lot of candidates who have been requesting us to start as early as possible. This is for them. A break of a few days wouldn't hurt. Definitely it will get you to a refreshed state of mind so that you can start with the counseling process. Even if it is next week, you will have time to go through the entire information that is required for the counseling, which will happen only 1 or 1.5 months later. So you will get your results in the next 10 days. We are expecting the results in the next 10 days, going by what happened in the last 2 years. And post that, it will take a month for every process to be finalized and the counseling to happen. So possibly September's mid earliest is when we expect the counseling to happen, but always keep looking at information on a daily basis to see the schedule and everything. Today we'll be looking at the ultimate guide to NEET PG 2025 counseling. It is a 2 or 3 part session depending upon how detailed we want. And most of our sessions, if you have been following us for the last year, if you had been a ZyNerd subscriber over the last year, you've been following our YouTube videos or information on Telegram, you would know that most of our sessions are very detailed. So it will be like classroom sessions. It might not be as interesting as a 5-minute Insta video or a YouTube video, but it will have comprehensive information on everything you need for NEET PG counseling, right from the eligibility, the possibility, the set of seats that are available, the factors that you need to look at, the strategy that you need to adopt, the round-wise rules that you need to look at, and the changes that happen during the counseling. Every information is updated, and that information is huge. Therefore, it takes a lot of time to assimilate that information. But as long as you start early, basically by next week at least, you will have time to absorb all the information, understand all the information, and put in some effort and get the best seat that you deserve by putting in effort. Only one thing that we would like you to request you to do. One, take some time after the next week to go through information, and don't do it at the last minute right before the counseling. It is good if you have a lot of information before you start the process of counseling, where you have to fill your choices. Right before that, there are a lot of activities that you might need to do in terms of looking at the possibilities after your ranks are out, looking at what counselings you are going to apply for, and the registration process of the counselings might require documents. All these three need to be ready, and your choice list needs to be ready by the time the counseling starts. So you will have time for that. No FOMO, nothing to worry. You will have ample time for that, just that you need to spend information. We'll look at the ultimate guide to NEET PG counseling, which will cover the following. So this might be a 2 or 3 part session. We will do it at 1 hour basis daily and see when we will be able to close it without missing out any information. One, we will look at the courses, institutes, and the counselings. This is the approach that we will follow. This is a framework that we also suggest. As you move ahead with us, you will also accommodate yourself to this approach, and that will make it easier, your counseling process smoother. One is the courses, institutes, and counseling. We'll look at what are the courses that are available after after MBBS through NEET PG. INI-CT is a separate examination. You would know that. Through NEET PG, what all are the options available and how do I approach them? And where are the seats? Which are the institutes that offer these courses? Where are the seats? So basically, a seat is an institute and a course combination. That is how we need to view throughout the entire counseling process. So for us, at any point in time, a seat is a combination of a course and an institute. So basically, if I am looking at pediatrics in MAMC Delhi, then that is a seat. And within MAMC Delhi, pediatrics might have multiple seats, but one seat combination is what we would be looking at. And where would I get that seat? I am looking at MAMC pediatrics. I want to get this seat. I am looking at, let us say, a private institute general surgery seat. Which all counseling should I attend so that I will get that seat? That is the next part. So I will be looking at all the courses, institutes, and the counselings that they come under. That will be the first step that I will look at. and the eligibility for the counseling. These are the counseling that the seat comes under. Let us say MAMC Pediatrics comes only under All India Counselling, for an example. And there might be a state government institute. Bangalore Medical College, seats might come under All India Counselling as well as the state counselling of Karnataka. Now, these two counselings are where I can get that seat. And what is the eligibility for All India Counselling? Maybe everybody is eligible. What is the eligibility for Karnataka State Counselling? Based on multiple factors like schooling, education, etc. Karnataka State Counselling might have an eligibility under which your seat, which is Bangalore Medical College seat, might be available. So am I eligible for those counselings? That is something that we'll need to look at, and the possibilities and deciding on which counselings to attend. I might be eligible for this counselling. 10 days later, I will get a rank. For my rank, is it feasible to attend, is it feasible to get that seat from that counselling? This is something that you will base your decision on based on last year's history. Why last year's history? Will it change this year? Yes, it is definitely going to change this year by at least a small number. Last year something close to 10,000, it might close at least 10,005, 10,006 or 9,990. But what we have now till date is only the last year's data. So I'll decide on my possibilities and know that it might change. But I have this data. The most sensible thing to do, I know, is that I will decide based on last year's data, knowing that there is a deviation. So I'll take a deviation and then know that this is my possibility and decide on which counselings to apply for. Applying for counselings involves a cost, involves an effort. So I'll register for most counselings where I have an option. But if there is no option at all, I don't need to confuse myself by paying up for that particular counselling. So that is the next decision that I will take. And once I decide on a particular counselling, I am registering for this counselling. What is the process? First thing, I need to get all my certificates and documents ready. You have time. So even if you're looking at an EWS certificate, most of it, max possibly it will take a month. Even if you're looking at a community certificate, certificates from your institute, your registration, permanent registration is yet to be done. Everything will be sorted out. No worries. But you need to know which certificates I need to apply so that you can start as early as possible and get those certificates ready for the counselling process instead of running around at the last time. Based on what? How many counselings I am planning to attend and the process and sequence of counselling. This counselling I have registered. Now what is the process? Should I register, can I register in the second round? Will I be able to move from round 1 to round 2 in that counselling? Can I upgrade? How much security deposit should I pay in this counselling? Can I move from one counselling to another? I got a seat in one particular counselling. A lot of factors are there. But all of them can be simply listed out as a note saying this is the rule in a particular counselling. I list it out, or I watch a video, everything is clear. I will be able to go through the entire process. That process needs to be understood. Time needs to be taken to understand the process, but it is simple if you understand the process. And finally, evaluation of seats. I have gone through everything, but what am I going to do at the end? At the end, all I am going to do is I am going to fill in choices after I register for these counselings. I am going to tell the counselling authority. Let us say I am attending Maharashtra State Counselling or All India Counselling. In each of these websites where you go register, your ultimate thing to do is put up a list of choices saying my first choice is this particular specialty. I am interested in MD radio diagnosis in MAMC. This is my first choice. Or I am interested in MD radio diagnosis in VMMC. This is my second choice. In case I don't get them, what is my third choice? Somebody else, it might be MD general medicine. For somebody else, it might be, I'm not interested in medicine at all. It might be MS surgery, general surgery. So this choice list is very, very critical. For a topper, this might be the choice list. For somebody who's at rank 10,000, these might not be possible. Therefore, within my rank range, whatever was possible around 10,000, I will have to go list out all institutes in my order of preference. For some, location might be a preference. This needs to be very critically, this needs to be decided before the choice filling starts, which possibly earliest might be September mid. Correct? That is the earliest we are expecting. Plan for somebody somewhere around September first week so that we are ready for it. It might get delayed also. But as of now, entire thing we can understand, simple. This evaluation has to be done at your end. We would sincerely suggest, irrespective of whether you take up any package, any subscription, any counselor, you go on your own. This, you do it on your own. leaving it to a choice list given by somebody else, please don't do it. Irrespective of whatever you pay, you tell them, you give me the choice list because I have paid this amount, and you don't put in that effort. There might be a factor or factors which they decide for you, which might not be what you want. So that detail level evaluation of seats, you will have to spend some time. This will take some time. Out of all these processes, which might take 20-25% of time, this should ideally take 75% of your time before the counseling process. That is where your efforts need to go into. This particular process and everything can be understood and will take lesser time compared to evaluation, or this is the most critical part. So we will go through each of these one by one. I will give you a brief on the first part. The courses, the institutes, and the counselings is what we are looking at first. So why are we looking at this? Every candidate who's attending NEET PG is obviously an MBBS graduate, a doctor who has passed out of a medical college, but still there are a lot of queries that we receive every year on what are the courses available, what is a PG diploma, what is an NBE diploma. Some of these terms are new. What if I take an DNB or an MDMS? Is there a difference? I haven't heard about DNB at all till now. Surprisingly, we have also had such queries. And what are the different sets of institutes? There are government institutes, private institutes. I hear the term deemed universities. Where do those seats come, etc.? That is a query that many of the candidates ask us before getting into the counseling, and this possibly will help you. The courses that are offered are MDMS PG diploma. These are courses offered in medical colleges, and then you have DNB post MBBS and NBMS diploma, which are offered in hospitals or private or government hospitals. So note that the courses after NEET PG might be in medical colleges or in hospitals, whether it is government or private medical colleges or government or private hospitals. Both have a distinction. We will get into details later, but these are the courses that are available that you will usually, that are covered under this. You also can take courses like College of Physicians and Surgeons, CPS courses, where there are problems in Maharashtra, Gujarat still offers those courses, etc. These are not covered in ZyNerd, but these are courses that might be available, and based on NEET PG 2025, if you are attending these might come in at a later time. After all the counselings are over, or almost at the end of the counselings, that is when these CPS courses will be there. And the recognition of CPS courses, whether you can practice with the CPS course, go for a super special post-graduation after doing a 2-year CPS course, equivalent to a diploma. Those also vary across courses. This, you take it separate for now. We would ask you to ignore it and concentrate on this, because this might be a fallback option for many, not the main option. We will come back to you with more information later as far as these courses are concerned, not covered in the ZyNerd, but still right now we are looking at these courses. Institutes are divided into multiple types of institutes based on the regulatory authority they fall under. Who is actually running those institutes in plain terms? State government medical colleges, state funds them, state runs them. Central universities or institutes. Central university is one where an university itself is run by the central government. Basically comes under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. There are similar institutes. We'll show you all the institutes so that there is clarity. There are institutes, central institutes, like for example, Bardhaman Mahavir Medical College in Delhi. That is a central institute. Who does it come under? Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which is a central entity, right? The central entity, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. But the institute comes under a state university, which is state GG, Guru Gobind Indraprastha University, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. So central universities itself, like Delhi University, exist, where all the institutes will be managed by center, or some institutes which come under state university will also be there. Such finer distinctions, we will take it up as we move ahead. I don't understand this, no problem, we will go ahead. AFMS institutes, Armed Forces Medical Services. The Army's Medical Services arm has a set of institutes. All those institutes offer PG courses, both MDMS, and many of those institutes offer MDMS and DNB courses as well. So those courses are also available, and you have the deemed institutes. Deemed institutes are deemed to be universities. There are around 45 deemed to be universities across India. In most of the states, you have a deemed university, except for a few. And all these, only 45. Again, not private institutes. These are called deemed to be universities. Under the UGC, they have been given a status of deemed to be university. They don't come under the states. States have no authority over these deemed universities. All of these have PG programs, or 45 of them, they are offered. And then you have the private medical colleges or private institutes or universities. These are within the state's control, different from deemed universities. State cannot control this. But private medical colleges are there, which come under the state's control. Those are also huge in number. Almost 50% of seats today in PG2 come under the private medical colleges. And NBE private institutes, which means hospitals which run DNB courses. NBE government institutes, again hospitals, or in some medical colleges too, there are DNB programs. Okay, so note, some medical colleges too have DNB programs. So these set of institutes are the ones which offer DNB post MBBS. And you have the counselings. How many counselings are there? There are a long list of counselings. One is All India Counselling, where centrally MCC, Medical Counselling Committee. MCC is a term that you will hear throughout for the next 4 months. Medical Counselling Committee conducts a counselling for central seats. Most of us would have passed through MCC's NEET UG counselling, so you would be aware of this. This has a set of seats. We will go through that. AFMS counselling, the registration actually used to be through MCC. Now our registration is through the MCC, and allotment is also through MCC for all the armed forces seats. State counselings of each state, that is done by the state authorities. Each state will have a state authority which will run the state counselings. So how many states are there? Let us say there are around 32 counselings plus, including some of the smaller state counselings. It will be a little higher. 32 state counselings happen. So one All India counselling happens. AFMS also comes through All India counselling. 32 state counselings are there. You will be eligible for your state in some capacity. All the seats in your state, either by MBBS, or you're having done MBBS, or having been a domicile or a native of that state. But you might also be eligible for another state for that private institutes in that state. So that you need to look at. And DNB sponsored seats, which is something which is for in-service candidates. Whoever is in government service, NB has this option, but only for those in government service, and that too in a state. If you are not in government service, forget the term government or autonomous government service or PSUs, either central, state government, or any autonomous body of the government. If you are not working there, forget the term DNB sponsored seats. You don't need to look at it. You just need to look at these counselings. So we will get in these. This is the list. One by one we will go through what are the courses. Courses in detail. Once we will go through, you will be very clear. Medical colleges or PG teaching institutes offer these courses. PG teaching institutes are institutes which only have postgraduate courses. Some institutes have only post-graduation. They don't have a Central Institute of Psychiatry. Ranchi is an example. So it only has postgraduate courses in psychiatry. It does not have an MBBS course there. So this are medical colleges or PG teaching institutes, and these have MDMS courses, postgraduate diploma courses. What are MDMS courses? Obviously, all of us know that. MD General Medicine, MD Pediatrics, and so on. All the courses that come under medicine, MS General Surgery, MS ENT, MS OBG, and so on. All those courses which come under the surgical domain. So all these courses are 3 years courses. The most looked after courses are MDMS courses, as far as the general perception goes. Again, note, general perception goes. Now PG diploma, 2-year courses. You have same MDMS courses, some of them still offering PG diploma. There used to be a whole lot of around 4,000, 5,000 PG diploma courses earlier. PG diploma are 2 years courses. Our usual DGO, DA, diploma in anesthesia, DCH, diploma in child health, diploma in ophthalmology, DLO, DTCD. All these are diploma courses. Exactly the same way an MDMS studies for 3 years in an institute, the same thing a PG diploma would study for 2 years, but the MDMS candidate will pass out 1 year later with a degree. The PG diploma candidate will pass out after 2 years with a diploma. Everything else will be the same. The examinations will be similar, but the course duration is 2 years. In around 2019, out of the 3,200 seats, many institutes converted the PG diplomas to MDMS. But still there are around 300 seats left, both in private and government medical colleges. One of the biggest reasons why many candidates take up PG diploma is, let us say I am interested in pediatrics, MD pediatrics. I don't have the rank to get MD pediatrics in a good institute, but I can get diploma in child health currently. So I will take diploma in child health, finish 2 years. I can practice as a pediatrician. It is possible, but there is a limitation in maybe joining as a faculty in a medical college. Some institutes might not accept me as accept me for a position in a hospital. They might ask for MDMS alone. Some governments may not accept me for their faculty positions or hospital positions. But I can practice as a pediatrician, no doubt. I will wait after 2 years completion. Then I will go for a post graduation, either MD pediatrics or through an option called DNB post diploma seat, CET. I will go for a DNB pediatrics course for another 2 years. So basically, I can do a postgraduate diploma and then complete my the PG degree course by taking another 2 years, where DNB PDCET provides me very good options in hospitals. So that is an easy way out for someone who has completed a PG diploma to complete a degree course, and that many of the candidates do. Then you have MCH direct 6 years course under NEET PG, under INICET, which is for AIMS, JIPMER, PGH Chandigarh, etc. There are a lot, NIMANS, etc. There are a lot of 6-year courses. Directly you go and join a DM neuromedicine seat. 6 years continuously you will do a Gen Med plus DNB neuromedicine. Similarly, neurosurgery, 3 years general surgery plus 3 years neurosurgery clubbed into one. 6 years you directly come out. No need to write NEET super specialty. If you are someone who has decided your super specialty already, then you can go for an MCH 6 years course. But in medical colleges, only 6 years neurosurgery is available as of now in CMC Vellore and SRMC. In INICET, you have a lot of courses, but under NEET PG, you have only these two institutes offering 6 years direct courses under medical colleges. Private hospitals. Now we come to private hospitals. We have gone through MD, MS, PG, diploma, MCH, etc. We have the private hospitals or government hospitals offering courses. This all comes under National Medical Commission's direct purview. They accredit or they basically permit and recognize these courses. A medical college has to get their approval from NMC. But NMC also has stored a body, the NBE. NBE is the same body that conducts your exam, but that is a different function. We will keep it aside. Exam has nothing to do with what we are going to discuss now. NBE conducts the exam outside. The same NBE also is the governing body for the DNB or NBE diploma courses. Any course that is offered in a private hospital or a government hospital, or even in some government medical colleges, DNB or NBE diploma courses, if they are offered, basically mostly DNB courses when they are offered, they come under NBE. The degree is valid and the DNB post MBBS degree is for 3 years. After MBBS, you do a 3-year course. You work, you study in a hospital. You basically are there in the hospital for 3 years. There is a post curriculum for that. There is a syllabus for that. There is an exam, exit exam conducted by NBE for that. Practical theory exam. You come out with a PG degree if you do the 3-year DNB course. Is there a difference between DNB and MDMS? There are good institutes which have better DNB, which are better. Let us say, for example, people prefer radio diagnosis in Gangaram compared to certain MD radio diagnosis programs in other government institutes, less preferred institutes, because the modalities in Gangaram are far better. Has everybody accepted DNB and MDMS to be equivalent? That is a societal perception. What you as a candidate might need to do is, there is one DNB course in a particular institute, there is an MDMS same course in another institute. Between these two, which one is better in terms of academics, in terms of my experience, what the experience I get, the environment that I get, the modalities, the faculty, the caseload, etc. I have to evaluate and then look at social perception also and other factors of equivalence. We'll take you through the equivalence later, but right now we would always plead to not ignore DNB post MBBS, but take a decision after exploring all the DNB post MBBS options, and also look at the data on why some institute DNB MBBS, DNB post MBBS are taken by candidates who are better than, who still have options of MD in the same specialty. Now that is something that you have to do, or we suggest you do. Then you have the NBES diploma programs. Since 2021, in order to address shortage of requirement of medical practitioners in rural areas, etc., with that as the need-based requirement, the government came up with this NBEMS diploma programs under the NBE, and they offered these in hospitals, basically under private hospitals, government hospitals, similar to this PG diploma. PG diploma, we said DCH, DLO, 2 years, same way as MDMS. You do for 2 years, they do it for 3 years, you pass out in 2 years, but it's still a diploma, not a degree, but you can practice, correct? Same way, NBMS diplomas, 2 years in private hospitals, same set of, both of them will join at the same time, 3 years, 2 years, 2 years they pass out, but they have a diploma offered by NBE equivalent to a PG diploma, and similar to them, they can also go for a DNB PD set or MDMS again. In the same specialty, that will be only 2 years. So you take it because you want to move into that specialty, and you also might know that there are better options, or you might be able to complete your PG degree through DNB PD set, which is an easier option. So that you need to explore after understanding what is DNB PD set, etc. These are again in hospitals. There should be around let us say around 3,000 odd seats which are there, and this should be around 5,500 or 5,500 odd seats, DNB post MBBS, and the rest of it is all these numbers. Don't go with the numbers like 75,000, 80,000 given in many forums, etc. Seats will increase by 5,000, 10,000, etc. This year the seat increase might be minimal. Sorry, but might be minimal because NMC has become stricter because of their internal issues too. There is a lot of there are a lot of scams which have been unearthed. So might be not that much compared to previous years, but still not bad. There might be a slight seat increase at least. And for your rank, if you're for your rank, you can try to look at the best seat possible. Direct 6 years courses are also in DNB. What are the direct 6 years courses? Are also there in private hospitals and government hospitals. What are the direct 6 years courses? We have DNB neurosurgery, DNB plastic surgery, cardiothoracic surgery, and pediatric surgery. These are available, and these might be available at slightly higher ranks because not many people prefer 6 years courses, and especially in a hospital, they have to be there for 6 years, and these are available at slightly higher ranks. So if you're someone who has decided on DNB neurosurgery or plastic surgery or these courses, you've already decided, or you have a setup already from your family, or you know that this is what my passion is. Some of the best institutes offer these courses. You might be able to opt for them. Best hospitals offer these courses. You might be able to opt for them given you have a good rank. So basically, we have gone through the entire courses. Now we will look at the seats and counselings. We will be actually covering only this part this time. The seats part and the counselings part is what we will cover in this session. Okay, so we have another 25-30 minutes left. We will quickly run through all these. Seats and counselling. Courses we know. Multiple courses are there, specialties are there, MDMS courses. Now, state government medical colleges. We'll start with a set of institutes. We mentioned multiple set of institutes, right? Among them, first set is state government medical colleges. State government medical colleges possibly are the largest number of medical colleges available. If you take private and deemed put together, possibly it will be equal to that. Now, state government medical colleges offer what? MD, 3 years course, MS, 3 years course, PG diploma, 2 years course. We have already gone through this, correct? So these government medical colleges, let us say a state government medical college has 70 seats in surgery. There are medical colleges which have more than this, 70 seats, let us say they have in surgery, general surgery. Take the example, this is an example, Bangalore might have a different number, but Bangalore Medical College has 70 seats in general surgery. 35 of them go into All India quota. What is that? 50% of those seats go into All India quota. and another 35 go into state quota. So 35 under all India quota, 35 go into state quota, which means basically half of any state government medical college seat goes into all India quota, half of another of the state medical college seat goes into state quota. All these are run by the state government. They contribute to all India quota at 50%. Who conducts the counseling for this? Every state will contribute like this. From this is one specialty. Bangalore will contribute for pediatrics, general medicine, every other course, right? All of them put together goes into all India quota. From Karnataka, Tamil Nadu will contribute similarly. For which Bangalore will contribute for other colleges, Mysore Medical College, etc. Everything put together goes in here. All specialties 50%. All institutes 50%. Then all states. So Tamil Nadu's every states, every specialty 50% goes into all India quota. Somebody has to conduct the counseling for this. That is done by medical counseling committee. Majority of seats that come under all India counseling are state government medical college seats which come under the all India quota. 50% of total PG seats under these will come under all India quota. Everybody is eligible for it. Everybody across India who is obviously NEET PG qualified only. If you're not qualified in NEET PG, then you will have to wait for the reduction in cutoff, which might happen at a later point in time. But every candidate across India is eligible. When we say all candidates are eligible, it means domicile is not a factor. Which state I belong to is not a factor. This is for entire India on an all India basis. Everybody is eligible. So if I am looking at one government institute, I want to join, which is a state government institute, I can be assured that 50% of the seats will come under all India counseling. This might have reservation. There might be central reservation. There might be central reservation under this. It might come under your category of reservation or not. But seats will be available under all India counseling. Reservation will take up later. So 50% goes into all India counseling. Rest 50% is there. The 35 of Bangalore Medical College General Surgery. The let us say 20 of pediatrics from Bangalore Medical College, from Mysore Medical College, all the states that comes under the state quota, and state counseling is where that is allotted. So for Karnataka, you will have all the medical colleges 50% of seats, right? That will come under the state counseling. Which counseling is it? KEA is Karnataka State Counseling. KEA is Karnataka Examinations Authority. Who gave the responsibility to KEA? It has been defined through government orders or proper regulation that Karnataka Examination Authority will run a counseling for these seats from Karnataka. So Tamil Nadu has to have one. Tamil Nadu has Tamil Nadu Directorate of Medical Education, which has TN Medical Selection Committee. Maharashtra has to have one. Maharashtra has DMER, which runs the counseling through the CET cell of Maharashtra. And similarly, every state, Rajasthan runs it through Rajasthan University of Health Sciences. Here there is a university that runs the counseling. Here there is a medical education directorate that runs the counseling. And here there is an examinations authority which runs the counseling. Doesn't matter for us at all. What matters is every state has a counseling for this 50% state quota seats, which is 50% of state government medical college seats, and there will be an authority. You need to know the website. All that matters is I know the website, I know the registration process, I know the eligibility, and if I am willing for these seats, I will go for these seats if I am eligible. The state eligibility, we talked about the eligibility. I should be eligible to get these seats, right? I have done my MBBS in Karnataka. Where did I do my MBBS? In Karnataka. But I am a native of, let us say, a state which is Maharashtra. I did MBBS in Karnataka in a deemed university. Will I be eligible for Maharashtra or Karnataka? A very big question. In this session, we might not be able to address all such queries for all the states. In this scenario, because you have done your MBBS in Karnataka, Karnataka allows you for Karnataka state quota for this 50% seats. They allow. Because you did your MBBS from another state in a deemed university, you might be a domicile of Maharashtra, but you did not do it under AAQ or in central universities, Maharashtra will not allow you for Maharashtra state counseling. In this particular logical, where this person has done it in a deemed university. For Maharashtra state counseling, you will not be eligible for attending for these seats. So you need to know the eligibility for each state, and then which states will you check for? Where you have done your MBBS. Will that state allow me for the state quota? Where I have been resident or domicile of. Resident or domicile means I have stayed that in that particular state, and the state accepts me as a resident or domicile based on my residence there. I have stayed there. Domicile or residence might have multiple meanings in multiple states, but this is a generic reference. Native or origin of the state. I belong to that particular state. My parents belong to that particular state, but I have moved out now. I can check for that state. I did my schooling in that state. 12 years, within 12 years of education, 10 years I spent in that state, and I have completed 10th or 12th in my state. Some state might have such a rule. Then you are eligible. MBBS you might have done from anywhere. Employed in state or central government. My parents are employed in state or central government. I am employed in state or central government. Therefore, that state might give me eligibility. Parents or spouse-based eligibility. Even spouse-based eligibility is there in non-local, in certain states. You can check that as well. Based on property owned. Very surprisingly, you own property for 5 years in a particular state. I think it is Chandigarh. You will be eligible for state quota in that particular state, provided you can show that you have owned residence and you have stayed there by owning property. Now, these are different parameters based on which a state will define the eligibility. How will you go look for this? One option is to go through every info guide that we do. We will do every info guide and say who is eligible and what is resident. Resident might mean different things. 3 years in one state, 5 years in one state, or in some state they might say you should have stayed for 10 years. That might be resident criteria. Everything we will do for every state, and you can go through the info guide and check with us on whether I am eligible. Second option is I can look at all these options and beyond and say these are the state touch points. I have worked in this state, my parents are origin of this state, and look at those state info guides and see whether I am eligible for government quota. If you put in that effort, you will not miss out anything. So that is why we say on the eligibility and other things, please initially have some time for those sessions and look at the eligibilities of those states where you have at least some presence or some association with. That is for what? The 50% state quota. All these are government medical college seats. Now we come to the next part, which is central universities. The central universities are listed over here. There might be 1 or 2 additions in Delhi University that happen later. VMMC is a slight, where is it? Not VMMC. UCMS is a slight confusion now because of a judgment, but should not change this year going by what happened in MBBS counseling. All these come under Delhi University. These institutes come under Delhi University. All of them offer PG courses. Some of them only PG courses, no MBBS course. We talked about PG teaching institutes, right? All of them offer PG courses. And here you have Delhi University, which is a central university. All these are come under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare or central or regulatory authorities. Within this, again 50% comes under All India quota. Same for IP universities, central IP universities institutes. Chacha Nehru is, we have listed it down here just to tell you that Chacha Nehru is not a central institute. It is a state institute. So it is not to be taken as a central institute even though it comes under IP university, it comes under the state control. These are IP university is a state university, but these are all either under central government's control or of central nature. ESI is a central nature institute, a corporation which is central nature. So all of these also have seats. Similarly, you have 2 universities, very good universities, Aligarh Muslim University and Banaras Hindu University. Both of them are central universities of having 1 institute each. Now, all of them have seats. 50% goes into All India quota. No doubt, every government institute 50% goes into All India quota. Who conducts the counselling for that? All India counselling, MCC conducts it. Every candidate is eligible. So, if I am not from a particular place, MBBS from these institutes, still I can get all these seats under All India counselling. Like I can get an SMS Jaipur seat even if I am from Kerala under All India counselling. I can get a Delhi University, IP University, Aligarh Muslim University, Banaras Hindu University seat under All India counselling from All India quota. Which quota is it? All India quota. Now, the rest 50% goes into internal quota. So, MAMC is 50% of pediatric seats will go into internal quota. What is internal quota? MBBS from DU is eligible for DU quota. It is called DU quota here. Internal quota is called DU quota for Delhi University. So 50% under All India quota, 50% under Delhi University quota. This set of institutes offer that 50% to those who have completed MBBS from DU. Similarly, IP University, only these three institutes, they offer 50% to those who have completed MBBS from IP. From these three institutes, if I have completed MBBS from Maulana Azad, I can claim All India quota as well and DU quota from all these institutes, not necessarily only from Maulana Azad, every institute. Same with IP University. Same ways, if I have done it in JNU, MBBS in JNU, I get 50% of seats from AMU. If I have done it in IMS BHU, then I will get 50% of seats under internal quota in IMS BHU. All these for these candidates in addition to All India quota. Rest of them will get, if you have not done MBBS from this, only All India quota is available, but that is a good chunk of seats. For AMU and BHU alone, you have specific clauses mentioning you should have completed within the last 2 years or 3 years. Those clauses will be applicable. We will take you through that clauses later too. You can call us up for those clauses. And you have Chacha Nehru over here, correct? This is a state institute under Delhi. We are specifically showing this because Chacha Nehru is a state institute like Bangalore Medical College. We said Chacha Nehru has 50% of seats under All India quota, no doubt about it. But the rest 50% should go to whom? Those who are from Delhi, right? Who are under IP. That IP quota is again similar. Those who have done MBBS from IP, but the counselling alone is not conducted by MCC. This DU quota, AMU, BHU, IP quota, all this internal quota counselings are conducted by MCC. This is the first time. Last time we saw state quota counselling is conducted by state. But since all these institutes are central's responsibility, they said we will also conduct counselling for all the internal quota by us itself along with the MCC counselling of All India quota, but we will ensure that only these candidates are allotted seats. Except for Chacha Nehru, which has a separate Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University counselling for the 2 pediatric seats which come under the state quota. There is a separate counselling only for these 2 seats. That is under the state quota. Like Karnataka would conduct, GGIPU conducts those counselings. Now CIP Ranchi is one specific anomaly or a different, a specific institute where 100% of seats, all of them are psychiatry seats, MD psychiatry seats are coming under All India counselling itself. So every seat under CIP Ranchi, I want to take CIP Ranchi, All India counselling, MCC conducts, every candidate across India is eligible. Now we have the deemed universities. What are deemed universities? Like we already said, there are 45 deemed universities offering MD/MS courses. There are very few offering PG diploma. I think JSS or JLN Belgaum offers PG diploma, and there is one more institute offers PG diploma. So DO or DO, I think. So those institutes offer MD/MS. Most of them are MD/MS courses only. Out of that, all of them are central in nature. Central in the sense they are not of state nature. States cannot control them. So all of them have been given accredited to be universities on their own. The exams will be conducted by them and the degree will be offered by the university. They are now called deemed to be universities or not deemed universities. Not actual universities, but like universities. But exams will be conducted by them. The degree is as much valid as any other university, state government university or private university. And these are central and therefore all the seats come under All India counselling. Exceptions are there. We will look at the exceptions, but all these seats come under All India counselling. Among all the seats, 85% comes under management quota. So management quota is a set of seats which are actually high, basically comparatively at a higher fee structure, but you might be able to opt for them if it is affordable under All India counselling. 15% come under NRI quota, where either NRI candidates or parents whose parents are NRI, or you can be a ward of NRI, an NRI who can sponsor you given there is a relationship. But this is something that is questionable now. We will run a separate session on that because there have been stricter guidelines this year. We have these two very clear. If you are an NRI or your parents are NRI, then you will be able to be sponsored by an NRI, sponsored for these 15% seats. You will see that non-clinicals etc. will not fall under NRI quota because not many takers will be there. Clinical seats Preferred clinicals will be under NRI quota, but the fee structure will be higher and it will be in dollars. You'll have to pay it in dollars, etc. Those will be there. NRI sponsored candidates alone, we will run a separate session because there is some stricter directions provided. Of these 85% deemed management quota seats, who is eligible? We said every candidate is eligible. Here too, all state candidates are eligible, but only if your NRI or your parents are NRI or sponsored. Now here all candidates are eligible in 3 institutes alone. SBKS Vadodara and Yenapoya and Hamdar, you have Muslim minority seats. So basically out of this, let us say there are 85 seats, possibly around 50% will be only for Muslim minority candidates. Sorry, I think. Around 50% of seats will be for Muslim minority candidates and rest will also be available for other candidates. Out of these, some percentage will be available for specific candidates who belong to Muslim minority in these institutes and Jain minority in these institutes. So, which are the institutes? Now I am asking, so I have an institute in my state. I have an institute called Al-Amin. I have MS Ramaya in my state. I have DY Patel in my state. I have, let us say, Ramachandra in my state, Amrita in my state, and I have ACPM in my state. All these are private institutes or deemed universities. I want to know because deemed universities, we said, come under All India Counselling. Private institutes we haven't touched upon, but we said all the deemed university seats come under All India Counselling. So if I am looking at ACPM or MS Ramaya, should I go to All India Counselling or should I go to state counselling? Clear? That is a confusion that we have. Only these 45 institutes come under All India Counselling. Are deemed universities, sorry, are deemed universities. This year, if there is any change, we will add on later. But these 45 institutes, as of last year, are deemed universities. We don't expect any changes, but if there is a change, we will let you know. MS Ramaya is not here, so it is not a deemed university. There might be Ramachandra Medical College, Chennai is a deemed university. It is here in the list. If I am looking at, let us say, we were looking at SBKS, it is a deemed university. We are looking at Amrita in Kerala. I will check here. Amrita is a deemed university. So where should I go for seats in Amrita? I will go to All India Counselling to look at seats in Amrita. So that will give you, this will give you information. In addition to this, I will also keep looking at any information from ZyNerd or in ZyNerd groups or in ZyNerd subscriber base or call us to see if any deemed university has, any private institute or university has been changed to a deemed university so that you can attend All India Counselling if you are interested in those seats. Last year, these 2 institutes, Mallareddy, were added to the deemed university list only in the last previous years. So they were recent additions. They were moved from Telangana Counselling to All India Counselling. So just those changes alone, you will have to mark and then go ahead. You will see that usually Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Karnataka have a lot of deemed universities and other states have very minimal number of deemed universities. Now next, there are excellent institutes here. You will see Kasturbas available. Both the Kasturbas available. You will see Amrita, JSS Mysore, KS Hegde. You will have Odisha's KIMS and IMS some, etc. Many good institutes are Mumbai, etc. Mumbai institutes, etc. All of these are very good institutes, but the fee structure is high, and even though they might be better in terms of academics, etc. than government institutes, obviously they will be less preferred compared to private institutes. There are people who take Kasturba even if they get a government institute. That also happens if it is affordable. Now deemed universities, the exceptions in the sense there are 5 institutes. What is the exception? They offer seats to All India Counselling. First I will go to All India Counselling for all these seats, but they also offer seats to Karnataka for Karnataka candidates, not for everyone. In Karnataka Counselling, Karnataka candidates who belong to class ABC, which we will discuss later, you should have done MBBS or schooling in Karnataka. Any one of these schooling criteria is also defined. Those candidates can get these seats in Karnataka Counselling itself. And what more, their fee structure is Karnataka state government's fee structure. What might be available at 20-25 lakhs in All India Counselling might be available at 6 lakhs per annum in Karnataka Counselling. So these candidates who are eligible for Karnataka State Counselling might have an advantage. So don't miss out Karnataka State Counselling if you are eligible for as a Karnataka candidate in Karnataka State Counselling and you only have the rank to look at these institutes. So this is an exception, but note that 90% of these seats plus more than 90% come under All India Counselling only. Private hospitals. We'll just close this. We might possibly take another 5 minutes. We'll go on extend by another 5 minutes. Private hospitals. Sir Gangaram Hospital. You have Apollo hospitals across India. You have Max hospitals across India. All of them have become teaching institutes, postgraduate teaching institutes under the aegis of NBE, National Board of Examinations, which also functions as a regulatory authority for DNB and NBE diploma courses. These are called DNB. They offer DNB post MBBS 3-year courses and NBEMS diploma 2 years courses. These are separate, combined under a quota which is named as NBEMS quota. When you go into the counselling for all India, all these seats come under all India counselling if the institute is a private hospital. So any private hospital, forget everything. A private hospital offering a DNB or an NBE diploma course, the seat will be under all India counselling. So I am looking at, let us say, a private hospital in Mumbai. I'm looking at a private hospital and I want to know where Kokilaban. I want to know where the DNB seats go. How can I get the DNB seats? All under All India Counselling. Don't get confused. In-service DNB sponsored is separate, but private, if you're looking at all the other seats, every other seat, private hospital, no split, everything comes under the All India Counselling. They will be under a quota called NBMS quota. Who will conduct the counselling? MCC only conducts the counselling. So MCC conducts the counselling for these private hospitals under All India Counselling, but this quota is called NBEMS quota. So here, till now, what have we looked at? We will just go back and clarify what we have looked at. We said 50% of state government seats are coming under All India quota in All India Counselling. Then we said 50% of central institute or university seats come under All India quota under All India Counselling conducted by MCC. Then we said 100% of central institute of Ranchi seats come under All India quota in All India Counselling. Again, we said under deemed universities, there is something called deemed management quota or NRI quota. Different name, not All India quota. Deemed management quota, NRI quota, which come under All India Counselling again. So All India Counselling is a counselling which has All India quota, which is all 50% government institute seats till now. And it also has added 2 quotas different, which are under deemed universities. Now it is also adding one more quota, which is NBEMS quota, which is not All India quota, but under All India Counselling. So All India Counselling as of now has All India quota, which is government seats 50%, deemed management quota, deemed NRI quota, and NBEMS quota, which is DNB and NBE diploma seats. Every candidate is eligible for these seats. You will see all these hospitals usually, a lot of Apollos, you have the best hospitals, Arvind Eye Hospital, and you have Sir Gangaram is a usual example because within rank 1000 you will see a lot of seats going in Gangaram, and KMCH, etc. All the radio diagnosis hospitals which have excellent modalities. You have general medicine hospitals which are preferred more than government general medicine seats, etc. So those will always be there. In state government hospitals, we took up private hospitals. In state government hospitals or government medical colleges attached hospitals or ESI hospitals can offer DNB or IRHS. IRHS is Indian Railway Health Services. So we have an example. We have examples here. You can just look at it. State government hospitals usually will have the term like district hospital. Okay, sorry, we'll just start again because there was a change required in equipment. So here you have the state government hospitals usually use with the term government peripheral hospital or government headquarters hospital, government district hospital, general hospital, autonomous state medical college hospital, etc. So all these are under are state government hospitals offering DNB and NBE diploma. You have Southern Railway hospitals, South Eastern Railway, South, etc. All those hospitals are also available. They're in Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, etc. All these hospitals also offer seats. Within that, 50% only come under NBEMS quota. Till now, if you look at it, every government institute, 50% comes under All India Counselling, correct? Similarly, 50% comes under NBMS quota. All candidates across India are eligible. Every candidate across India is eligible. The rest 50%. So let us say Southern Railway Headquarters Hospital has n number of 4 general surgery seats, DNB general surgery seats. 2 would be under All India quota, 2 would be under NBMS quota under All India Counselling, and everybody would be eligible for that. But the rest 2 would be available only for Indian Railway Health Services officers. So those who are working in Indian Railway, they will conduct a separate counselling for that. Similarly, let us say Government Medical College, Akola, Maharashtra has a few seats. 50% of that will come under NBMS quota. Everybody is eligible. The rest 50%, Maharashtra will conduct a separate counselling for Maharashtra in-service candidates, those who are in government service in Maharashtra. This is not available for anybody who is not in service. So a state government medical college hospital, 50% you can get, everybody can get. The rest is only for in-service. If you are an in-service candidate in Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Haryana, Maharashtra, etc., then you can opt for those seats under the state counselling, where they will conduct a separate counselling or a combined counselling for in-service candidates, only government service. Same happens separately. Right now, and we will look at AFMS institutes. Like we said, all AFMS institutes, earlier registration used to be under MCC, and you go on to Armed Forces Medical Services for the counselling process. They will do a fitness test, and then by merit, whoever has passed the fitness test, they will allot. Here, this year the process has changed. Last year the process changed. Why we are saying this is because somebody will come back and tell you that the process is different. Last year, allotment. While you are attending All India Counselling, you will have to go through registration for AFMS for all these institutes. They offer MDMS courses, also have DNB courses. All seats are allotted through the All India Counselling only in these institutes. AFMC Pune has excellent seats, and you have to register in All India Counselling, and allotment will be through MCC. After allotment, you have to go to the institute for medical checkup. You will have to go to the institute for medical checkup. Many fail here. You get allotted in round 1, you go for the medical checkup. Usually the rejection rate is slightly higher because the standards are very strict. The medical standards will also be available. You can call us or mail us. If you are a subscriber, you will get the information as well directly, or you can also look at the AFMC portal here. Directly that information is available. Even if you are not a subscriber, you will get that information. So that you can take. Only thing is, in AFMS, there is a priority. There is an age criteria. You can have a look at it. In AFMS, there is a bond of 5 years after you complete, but beyond that, there is a priority. First priority will be all eligible servicing officers of AFMS. Those who are currently serving in AFMS will be allotted. Everyone till the last eligible candidate will be allotted. Then they come to priority 2, which is foreign students sponsored by the government. Then medical officers, priority 3, offered sponsored by the paramilitary forces or government of India organizations. Short service commission AFMS officers. There is some confusion in the eligibility for this, but then comes civilian doctors. If you don't fall under any of these, you are not involved in the army, short service commission, paramilitary forces, government of India organization, you're not going to be sponsored by the ministry, by the government, then you would be considered under priority 5, which is a civilian doctor. Many registrations, many good seats go to priority 1, obviously. Then priority 2, very less number of candidates. Priority 3 and 4, 2 get clinical seats in AFMs. As far as civilian doctors go, in the allotment itself of last year, if you go to ZyNerd, you will see that anatomy, physiology seats, forensic medicine towards the end only, later rounds, were available for priority 5 civilian candidates. You will still apply and put in all the seats, general medicine, DNB seats, etc. But only these seats were available last year. And you also had a pathology seat in special stray allotted to priority 5 candidates last year. So please be aware that even the allotment to priority 5 does not happen. Medical fitness test happens later. Allotment does not happen. So don't have huge hopes on AFMS, but please do apply, fill in choices. No harm in doing that at all. But understand that AFMS is not a very feasible option for priority 5 if you're looking at clinical seats. There was one DNB dermatology seats which were allotted later. We are trying to figure out how that was allotted in special stray to a candidate. That might be a higher priority. We are trying to figure that out. Last is state private institutes or universities. What are state private institutes or universities? All the institutes like PSG in Tamil Nadu. You have Karnataka's multiple institutes, Al-Amin. You have St. John's in Karnataka, etc. All these private institutes come under which counseling? The state counseling. Every private institute. What is a private institute? Everything except that 45 deemed universities and which is not government. Everything comes under the particular state counseling. St. John's will come under all the seats will come under the Karnataka state counseling. The quotas may vary. Who is eligible for this? Some might say that every candidate across India is eligible for a certain set of seats. Uttar Pradesh might say that. For my private institute seats, SRMS Bareilly, everybody is eligible. For my private institute seats, Maharashtra might say, for my private institute seats, nobody across India is eligible except for Maharashtra state, whoever is eligible under Maharashtra MBBS or Maharashtra domicile and AAQ category. So they might restrict private institute seats from giving it to all versus one small percentage to all and rest of it for my state candidates or my state eligibility base. So for private institutes, the question that arises is how many of those states are open states? You have Andhra, Bihar, these institutes as open states, which means these institutes at least have a small set of seats which are available for other state candidates. There might be a difference in Telangana, AP lately because of the lesser number of seats, but otherwise most of these rest of the institutes available will have open seats available for all candidates. But will this be government seats? No, we are talking only about private institute seats. All the private institute seats will be available. What is the advantage? Usually there are 50% of seats under government quota. Some set of candidates are eligible who belong to the state or state eligibility criteria. 50% under management quota. Some state allow a percentage of candidates to be eligible for private institutes. So this open states, you need to keep your information on these states open. If you are looking at private institutes, you might not get it in your same state. You might be looking at options in other states. Then you need to keep looking at these options. Here we have a list of private institutes, an example list of private institutes over here which offer seats. There might be some exceptions. Madhya Pradesh and Pondicherry have a process of allotting candidates only in later rounds. Registration you need to do initially itself, but only from second round, or Pondicherry from the third round might allot other state candidates in certain institutes. So private institutes, they might be open states but might allot from later rounds. Chhattisgarh, missing in here, Chhattisgarh is not mentioned over here because they will allot. But after all their state candidates are allowed, their second priority is all this. First priority is all MBBS candidates from the state. Next, all the domicile candidates of the state. And after the last ranker from that is allotted, other state candidates are allotted. So Chhattisgarh also has the kind of open state concept, but on priority basis. So these are the set of states. But what we need to understand is every private institute seat is under the state counseling. I want to look at a private institute seat, Katuri Medical College, Guntur, I'll go to that state counseling. I can't get it under All India counseling. I can't get it under any other state counseling. I will go to that state counseling and look at information. Now, this is pretty much what we have as of now. The next session we will do it on Thursday at 6:30, right? Thursday at 6:30. So Thursday at 6:30, and we will there are a few queries, I guess we will take that. If you are looking at the session, if you have clarity, you can actually stop here and join us on Thursday. There might be some queries. We'll just take up a few queries alone and then move on. We have, you can also join us in the Telegram group. Please do join us in the Telegram group. Your queries will be answered, even if not instantly, at least on a daily basis. At least 3-4 times we try to answer 10 to most of the queries. It is a common discussion, common query clarification group, not a discussion group within you. It is a query clarification group. You ask queries till the start of the counseling. When we have time, we will definitely respond back to all the queries. You can also join us on ZyNerd for more information on the entire counseling process. We will start the next session looking at possibility, how to approach the second part of the counseling, with starting with the eligibility in the counselings and then moving on to multiple other factors that we need to look at in terms of process and certificates and documents required. You need to tell me how I'll have to look at the queries. Slack. Live Q&A. Yeah, one second. Sorry, just logging in. Okay, so there are few queries only. We will just get, when will the result be out? Will it be 10 days? So Bharat Kumar sir, results will be out in 10 days or next month. Every time they mention the next month and the notice, sir, but we have observed that last 3 years, last 2 years, they have done it within 10 days. So we expect it within 10 days. Already the counseling exam has been delayed by 1.5 months. They can do it within 10 days. So we expect that they will do it within 10 days to save those 20 days. They will not go in with the notice date. That is what we expect, but it is all based on last 2 years. Just exactly like you will also have information last 2 years. It was like that. We also believe that it will come in before August 15th, but let us hope it comes in so that everything moves on. Last year all India counselling, if refund is not credited, please connect Dr. Divya Ravi Kumar. You can please connect with HLL. If you have not contacted with Finance HLL, please connect with Finance HLL, or please put up a mail to us. We will try to respond. Or you can also call us for the query. We will just try to check on what exactly your status is and then give you the better suggestion. Finance HLL is the only option. You should have seen it in your refund list. If your name is not even in the refund list, then it is a big problem. You will have to check and let us know whether what is the exact status. If it is in the refund list, you have not received it for some reason, Finance HLL will definitely take this and refund. It might take some time, but they'll definitely do that. I have doubt that government colleges has DNB. Yes, sir, government colleges have DNB. A lot of government colleges have DNB. Government hospitals have DNB, and government institutes also have DNB. A lot of government institutes. See, what happens is, we'll just explain it quickly. We'll just check. Can we just pause for a second so that I can log in? NEET UG examination ரொம்ப டஃபா இருந்துச்சு இல்லையா? நீங்க மட்டும் இல்ல, எல்லாருமே அதை தான் சொல்றாங்க. பட் ஆஸ் அ So this is just an example. For example, DNB, I will tell you how it works. When a government medical college is intending to offer postgraduate courses, you just have to pull this out to give you some information. When a government medical college is intending to offer postgraduate courses and they don't have the required faculty, infrastructure, etc. to offer MDMS, you have to get approval from NMC for MDMS. So I want to offer nuclear medicine, but I don't have the faculty or infrastructure as per NMC norms for an MD nuclear medicine. But I might be able to get a DNB nuclear medicine seat this year. So what I'll do is I start a PG teaching department with nuclear medicine, the NIMS hospital in Hyderabad or Dr. RML Institute of Medical Sciences. Sorry, all of these, sorry, is there a problem? No, all of these are medical colleges offering courses, but they have DNB nuclear medicine. Only thing is, they cannot have an MD in nuclear medicine and DNB nuclear medicine at the same time. At some point in time, this DNB nuclear medicine will change into MD nuclear medicine. For example, Seth GS did that. They had a DNB nuclear medicine, but then they converted it later. I'm not sure if it's Seth GS, but they converted later to MD nuclear medicine when they have enough faculty and infrastructure. So medical colleges definitely have DNB, but only such courses where they do not have the faculty or infrastructure. Very few medical colleges. You don't need to worry about that. Government hospitals obviously have. You look at government in ZyNerd, you go to ZyNerd, select DNB, you will see a lot of government institutes offering DNB. That you can always go. So you go into ZyNerd and click on closing ranks for All India Counselling. Many government institutes would be offering DNB courses. Eligibility of FMG options, we will do that. Dr. Ajay Bharadwaj, eligibility of FMG options for Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. As far as Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh is concerned, Maharashtra eligibility of FMG, no, because as of now Maharashtra does not have that eligibility criteria. For each state we will be doing the info guide, we will explain that in detail. The last year's is also available. Maharashtra allows only MBBS candidates from Maharashtra to be eligible, or if you are a domicile of Maharashtra, you should have done MBBS under All India quota or in central institutes like AIMS, JIPMER, etc. Only then you are eligible. So otherwise, if you have done domicile of Maharashtra but MBBS and from other state, you are not eligible for counselling there. UP is also a pure MBBS state. So we will get back to you anyways during the, for FMG also. I'm not sure, Dr. Sangeeta Reddy, I'm not sure what the query is. When can you take up the NRI quotas topic? We will take it up because that is also a little hazy. We are still trying to get information on from candidates on if anybody has got a, because there is this minor criteria attached. So only if you are a minor you can be NRI sponsored, or you can be a ward through NRI sponsorship is what is mentioned. Nobody will be a minor when they complete their MBBS course. So all those are getting rejected by embassies, but we are trying to figure out if somebody has got it, or if there is an option, or if that is the legal position. So whatever is the right position, we will let you know. We will take at least a week or so to get that. But right now what we would suggest is connect with the embassy and see what is possible. FMGs will explain. See, one thing for FMGs, okay, so we will take this up. FMGs, foreign medical graduates, some states clearly say that only MBBS candidates from the state are eligible. Like Maharashtra. Maharashtra might say a domicile from the state is eligible provided they have done under All India quota or central institutes. This is what Maharashtra's rule is for the entire counselling of Maharashtra, private, government, everything, for the entire state counselling. In such states, FMGs might not have an option. But in Karnataka, if you have done your 1st to 12th in Karnataka, 10 years, any 10 years within that, and 10th and 12th in 10th or 12th in Karnataka, even if you are an FMG, you will be eligible for the government seats of Karnataka. That is the primary criteria. So here FMGs can participate. Correct? FMGs can participate because I have done 10 years of schooling. As of now, this is the rule. Tamil Nadu, if you are a TN native, wherever you have done MBBS, you can be eligible. All these might be questioned later, but we are not taking it up for reasons because we don't want to bring it up, the domicile factor. But these are the current rules. If you are a foreign medical graduate, all you have to do is for your state, domicile state or native state or origin state, you have to check whether you are eligible. Kerala, for instance, we can take Kerala as an example. Kerala, for instance, allows Kerala birth. If you have a Kerala birth certificate, your parent has a Kerala birth certificate, you are eligible being an origin of Kerala, irrespective of wherever you have done your MBBS. So basically, FMGs become eligible. So depending upon the state, this varies. Uttarakhand, UP, etc. might not be eligible. For the rest of the states, you might be eligible. It depends on the state. You will have to connect with us mentioning which state, or you have to wait for the info guide. We will detail it out for every state. The ZyNerd subscription is valid till the end of the counselling. Currently, you will see December 5th, 2025. That is for a reason. We will be extending it till the end of the counselling. You can ask the seniors. But let us say there is a delay. Like DNB sponsored, we won't cover this year. But there is a delay. Delay in terms of what? There is one state where the counselling goes on for 6 months after February 2026. Then we might not extend for that particular state alone. But when NMC completes admission, let us say admission is complete, it is not complete by December 5th. NMC says we are extending the admissions to December 31st, 2025. It is our promise to extend it till December 31st, 2025. When NMC says that, not due to court cases, but NMC says that and every state covers that. Then Feb 2026 they extend for every state because counsellings got delayed, they extend. We will extend it till. All call support will also be available. But if one state, because of a delay after 7 months, they conduct the counselling, that is due to court cases. We don't know whether they will extend or not, whether there will be counselling or not. That time we won't, but regulatory extensions, we will extend till the end. We have done that last year. So you can check. Last year it was available till April 5th of the next year, because counselings got extended till that point in time. So we will be extending it. It is not like we want to ask you for another subscription. We'll never do that. Can other state, what are the perks of subscribing in ZyNerd? We will do a separate session on this, ma'am. This is more of a this is not more of a session to help out candidates in the initial phases. You can call us up, Priyadarshini ma'am. We'll just explain that to you, or we will do a separate session on what ZyNerd offers, and we'll also tell you what we don't offer, so that you are clear about subscribing to us. We have a separate session. Possibly by Friday we will do that. DNB courses in Tamil Nadu, which are have it. Yeah, we will do that. So most of it works this way. We might not be able to run sessions on this DNB courses in Tamil Nadu, etc. You can go to this portal though. See, we will give you. It is not that you need a ZyNerd subscription for this part. You can go to this portal, accreditation portal of DNB. But ZyNerd will give you the closing ranks. That will be helpful. You can go to the accreditation portal of DNB, and here there will be a quick link for NBS accredited seats. You go in and select Tamil Nadu as a state, or whichever state you want, and you will have all the accredited hospitals, and you have all DNB, Dr. NB, and FRNB specialties. You can also select DNB diploma here. It will give you all the accredited seats. Not every seat will come in. For some additional information or accurate information on what seats were available, what closing ranks, you will need to go into ZyNerd. General information, it will be here. For counselling, you will need accurate information on what closing ranks, etc. What will be a possibility that you can get into ZyNerd. Right now, you can look at this. Even subscription is not required for this part alone. Other state candidates apply for management seats in Kerala. Not right now. We saw that last year. It might not be possible. Kerala is not opening up seats. In the registration itself, we are not able to do that. Any change in that, we will get back to you. Please follow our Kerala Infogate again. I have to join the Telegram group. I am not able to message on the Telegram group or find on ZyNerd portal. Is there an alternate group? So we have only a channel. So the way we offer the services is we offer support through email and calls. The best is calls. We don't offer support through Telegram or WhatsApp on individual basis. Calls is the best way. You will converse with someone who is an expert who will get back to you with the answers. You will get, once you call them once, you will understand that that is the best possible option. If you can't, you email us, we will get back to you. We don't offer WhatsApp or Telegram support, but we have a Telegram channel which is for subscribers for getting information. Okay, so that we have channel for what? Telegram channel for getting information through notifications, updates, etc. At a later point in time, you will be able to comment on this Telegram channel at a later point in time when the counseling starts. But primarily, we want you to call us. It is difficult for us when we can do it on Telegram easily. We'll just respond, 10 people responding continuously, and then later after 1 hour getting back. Calls are what is difficult. We do it through calls because you have a direct conversation. You will need answers. You will get your answers then and there. Please do call us. Living in Maharashtra, sir, Dr. Saurabh, FMG pass out. Currently, Maharashtra does not have an option for FMG pass out. It is based on a High Court order. So currently, no, sir. It is only if you have done MBBS from AAQ or central institutes like AIMS, JIPMER, etc. Then being a Maharashtra domicile, you have stayed there for these many years, then you are eligible. But we will get back to you. Again, the Maharashtra Infogate will come in. Any changes, we will get back. DNB sponsored rank versus branch status, that is available in ZyNerd. We have updated that. You can check that, sir. How to apply for CMC Vellore? CMC Vellore, keep looking at CMC Vellore. Their application is over actually. But last year, after the results were out, they opened up application for PG for some reason. So their applications are over now. They might open it up later. But CMC, we have done a separate video, or even if it is not there, we will do a separate video. Please look at our CMC management quota video. For government quota of CMC, if you are looking at government quota of CMC, it is only for TN candidates, TN native or TN MBBS through Tamil Nadu government counselling. For management quota, we have done a separate video, detailed one. You have a look at it. Application is over. Again, if they open up, you apply under CMC Vellore, then apply under Tamil Nadu management quota, and you will have those seats available, what are the closing ranks, etc., that is available in the videos. So but provided they give you an option now to apply. Last year is the first year they gave an option after the results are out, otherwise they close even before the exams happen. So anything else? So fine, thanks a lot for watching. Please do share this with friends. Always look at just hold on. So always look at one thing, join our Telegram group. You will have a lot of information. There will be queries and clarifications. We'll try to avoid discussions, internal discussions. You can form a separate group. If you have a query, that will be answered in your in our Telegram group, whether you are a subscriber or non-subscriber. Subscribers will have direct call support through our experts, but otherwise we will try to answer as many queries as possible. We have been doing it for the last 7-8 years on Telegram, answering queries. We still want to continue it, even though we have become an organization or an entity. We will continue to do that till we can, whatever timeline. But after the counseling starts and all, it will be very difficult. But till that point in time, we'll try to address queries. Post that, anyways, we will have specific channels for subscribers, like for call and email support for any queries, and we'll have a whole lot of videos exclusively for subscribers, etc., for helping out throughout the counseling process. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll come up with the second session later on, later in July, later on Thursday. Thank you.